What's up, Taiwan? Good morning. I'm Joey Chou with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. The annual Dragon Boat race just wrapped up over the weekend, and one of the teams was like no other. The team name is Turn a Blind Eye. TaiwanPlus reporter Bing Wang caught up with the visually impaired team on their first foray into the competition.
Rowing to the beat of their own drum. For the last 2 months, Yamin has been leading her Dragon Boat team down the river to practice.
就是有部分的朋友都是视障朋友，有弱势的朋友，有全盲的朋友，那再加上陪跑员组成的一个龙舟队，所以取名为睁一只眼闭一只眼。
The team began as a support group for the visually impaired, hosting activities for them to socialize. It's Turn a Blind Eye's first foray into the annual Dragon Boat competition, where they're hoping to challenge stereotypes that one needs to have sight to participate in sports.
大部分都已经认识了，因为我们是由一群陪跑员跟视障朋友组成的龙舟队伍，对，所以我们平常其实是一起跑步的。
They even have their biggest fan to cheer them on. The Dragon Boat Festival dates back millennia in Asian cultures. It's celebrated on the 5th day of the 5th month on the lunar calendar. And this 3-day race in Taipei is one of the most popular sporting events. 4,000 people and hundreds of teams will come here to celebrate on this river. Some teams have competed together for decades, even training all year round. Other teams are in it just to have fun. Turn a Blind Eye have been practicing for around 2 months. While it may be hard for them to see, they use specially taped paddles to help them guide their movements.
是因为就是那个龙舟它握桨的时候有一定的高度，那因为有一些朋友的视力不好，或者是我们看不清楚，那它这个是为了标注那个定位，然后让我们握到正确的位置这样子。
By listening to the drum beats, the team knows exactly when to paddle in unison. Turn a Blind Eye may not be in the competition to win, but they are here to prove that they can compete as well as anyone, and in turn raise awareness of the struggles and successes of visually impaired people in Taiwan.
1、2、3，救！
Damon Lin and Bing Wang for TaiwanPlus.
There are 2 billion bicycles in use in the world, and many of them were made here in Taiwan. In the last several decades, Taiwan has transformed from a country that not only makes bikes to a place that encourages people to make cycling part of their daily life. Our reporter Jaime Ocon hops on 2 wheels to deliver the story.
"15 years ago, if you wanted to ride around Taipei, it'd have to be on one of these. But in 2012, Taipei launched a public bike sharing system called U-Bike. Now in a moment, I'm going to take one of these for a spin. But first, a little background.
Taiwan's obsession with bicycles can be traced back to the 1970s, with the rise of homegrown manufacturers like Giant and Merida. They make some of the world's best bicycles. And while Taiwan was making a lot of bikes, few people were actually using them until about a decade ago. Giant teamed up with the city of Taipei to launch U-Bike, a public bike sharing system that took inspiration from a program in Paris.
I'm here at National Taiwan University, which is one of the most busiest U-Bike stations in the city. With more than 30,000 rides in May alone, it's no wonder that there's only a few bikes left. Now I've got an Easy Card here that I've registered with the system, and I'm going to rent one of these bikes. All you have to do is push the green button on the display, tap your card, and once you hear the beep, you're good to go.
There are hundreds of kilometers of dedicated bike paths in Taipei that enable bikers to ride around the city separate from the traffic. And those paths stretch far beyond the capital. There are more than 7,000 kilometers of bikeways crisscrossing the nation. U-Bikes are available in almost every major city in Taiwan, including New Taipei, Taichung, and even as far south as Kaohsiung. And the numbers of stations is growing. By the end of this year, Taipei will have about 1,200 stations, and that means no matter where you are in the city, the nearest U-Bike will only be about 200 meters away.
我一下了捷运，一下了公车，我马上就有非常方便的 U-Bike 可以选择，那我就可以去到更深入的地方，例如有很多的河滨公园啊，那所以大家也就愿意更往户外跑，然后也更健康、更环保，是这样子发展的过程。
With thousands of more U-bikes set to go into service this year, Taiwan is making it even easier for its scooter-loving populace to opt for a quieter, more environmentally friendly set of wheels. Klein Wang, Eugene Huang, and Jaime Okan for TaiwanPlus.
Japanese engineers have invented a robot to help dentists practice treating children. The inventors hope the robot will help fill a gap in dentist training and maybe one day help others who work with children too. John Van Trieste has this report.
Meet Pedioroid, a lifelike robot programmed to behave like a young patient in a dentist's chair. The doll-like robot can kick, squirm, and cry like a real child. It can also mimic a range of medical conditions, training dentists to respond to real scenarios, even emergencies like convulsions and heart failure. The robot's Japanese inventors say their product will be invaluable for dentists in training.
小児の歯科治療っていうのはですね、練習する機会がないのでなかなか体験することができないんですね。でさらにその暴れ回るっていうところの危険性もありますし、子どもっていうのはどうしても急変した場合自分で具合が悪いということを表現できないので、そこを全身管理観察する知識経験っていうのが必要なんですけど、そのトレーニングをする場がないので実際の本番になってしまう、そういうところをシミュレートできるように、開発いたしました。
They've spared no effort to make Pedioroid as realistic as possible. Its pupils dilate, it can cough and sneeze. Even the color of its face changes depending on the health condition it's simulating. The result is a robot with a price tag of close to $200,000 US. But the inventors are optimistic, and they foresee a market beyond dentists in training.
さらにですね、今後の展開としては、お子さんを持つお母さんだったり、小学校、保育士、看護師の方々にも、子どもに関わるいろいろな方々に体験してシミュレートをしていただけるように開発を進めたいと思っています。
The hope is, responding to simulated crises could just translate into the experience needed to save lives when a real emergency strikes. Chris Ma and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan is famous for the variety and quality of its tea. We take you now to Taoyuan, where two chefs, one originally from Singapore, are brewing up unique ways to tantalize the palate with tea.
台湾好茶声名远播，在桃园复兴山区，上午阳光普照，午后雾气刚过。有一款几乎绝迹的大叶佛手茶，产量少，品质好，花了好几年时间富裕种植。林衍成和太太甘碧华为了探寻台湾好茶亲跑产地，因为在找茶的过程，还能从产地带回装饰灵感，赋予茶甜点产品更多大自然的元素。对台湾茶的印象是从手摇饮启蒙，一直到真正移居台湾，才接触了香气多变、滋味高雅的茶汤，让他大开眼界。
像双 Tea 是第一个是在摆盘的设计上是希望它像盘式甜点，所以盘式甜点一定会有一个 sorbet， 然后还有一些 cream 的东西。那最主要盘式甜点也会出现一些氮气瓶这种打出来的泡沫状的东西。
小夫妻的第一款创作要做水果茶，切出薄如羽翼的水果片，在佛手乌龙茶汤内漂浮，在边缘挤上香提鲜奶油，亮眼的莓果泡泡搭配夏日感十足的芒果雪酪。拿在手中的玻璃杯，精选匠人工艺作品，每一个手工杯价值不菲。灯光下闪烁的光芒，就像林衍成和甘碧华内敛却耀眼的自信心，简约明亮而且有质感。菜单设计的产品图样也都是林衍成一笔一画勾勒出内心那幅茶甜点的样貌。
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from here in Taiwan and around the world. Finally, today, we leave you with images of 3 young white lions exploring their new home at a zoo in Venezuela. I've been Joey Chou. Have a great day, and I'll catch you on the flip side.